your email address. And then I'm a new user. Okay, enter in, we're gonna say and enter in a password. Okay, at this point, go ahead and fill in the information and then complete the login process. Complete the sign up process. And then I will start this video again once you already signed up and clicked on the activation link. Okay, so I'll temporarily pause and then restart over there. During the sign up process, when you get to the support plan page, for our course, we just need the basic free one, and that'll have image hosting. So if you want to sign up for something else, feel free to, but for our course, we'll just use the basic free version, okay? Okay, so I hope you were able to sign up successfully. Now, once you sign up for your free account, this is the page you're going to see. So click on Launch Management Console. What we're going to do is we're going to create an AWS Identity and Access Management user, okay? So let's do that. It may ask you to verify a password a few times. All right. So over here, this is what we're interested in, S3. So let's go ahead. Actually, we're going to create a folder and store our images there, but first we need to create this thing over here, Identity and Access Management user, right? We're gonna have to create a user using this. Okay, so once you're here, you're gonna need to pay attention to a couple of things. You're gonna need to ensure that you note down your secret key and your access key, but you're gonna need to keep note of yours, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. To create a user, go to users, and then create new user. Now here you can call it anything you want, right? Since we're using our user to access the Heroku app for our application, I'm just going to call it Heroku app images. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I'll call the bucket Heroku app images. I'll call the user Heroku app. That's it. Generate an access key for each user. That's fine. And then click on create. Your user has been created successfully. So click on show user. At this point, make sure that you save the user security credentials, okay? The access key and the secret key. The access key is something that you'll be able to see a lot, but the secret key, this is the only opportunity you'll have to save it. I actually moved away from my screen so that you're not able to see it. Now make sure you keep that secret key safe, and you don't share it, because then people will be able to use your account to store images, and you definitely don't want to do that for other applications to have access to your S3 bucket. So go ahead and do that, save that, and I'm going to try to close this window and then move on to the next section of the video. you haven't downloaded user security. This is the last time these credentials. So make sure that you keep note of this, okay? And again, you can click on download here or copy paste, however way you want to do this, but make sure you keep those security credentials. So I'm just gonna go ahead and download it also. Okay, so I have it saved. All right, so now let's go back to services. I am user. Okay, so now you have a user. So let me go to my user and give them only the permission they need, not use. Okay, so what we want to do now is to create our S3 bucket, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So services, and then S3. So Amazon S3 bucket, storage on the internet, read through this because this is important information. And once you have, just go ahead and click on create bucket. And then put in a bucket name. I'm just gonna call it Heroku app images. Region, wherever you are, I'll just use US standard and then create. So here we have a problem saying requested bucket name is not available. Okay, shared by all users of the system. Okay, so someone already has taken this this bucket name, right? So let's go ahead and create a new one, Rails Udemy course, and then hit create. Now, you won't be able to use this if I use this, so you're gonna have to pick your own bucket name. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Rails Udemy course. Okay, perfect. So I have the bucket over here. Now let's look at if we have to set any permissions. No, we have all the permissions that we need. We are okay, let's save this. We can close out of here. And let's go back now to our I am user account. Okay, so at this point, we're gonna have to give our user over here access to the S3 bucket that we just created. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. If I click over here, and then manage users, there's our user. If you click on the user, okay, so here, permissions, this is where you grant permission, right? So attach user policy. Here you see you have your access key again, but notice how it doesn't display the secret key anymore. So attach user policy. I'm going to, let's start with a sample template and we'll edit it as we go. So select, okay, administrator access, Heroku app, okay, that's good. Statement, effect allow. Now action here within quotes, put in S3 and then colon before the star. Okay. Now here, resource. So here, open bracket. And because we opened it, I'm going to close also, so I don't forget. and then ARN colon AWS colon S3 colon, and we called it Rails Udemy course, which was our bucket name. Okay, comma, then ARN colon AWS colon S3 colon Rails Udemy course slash star, and then close quote, and then it's the bracket close, so that's good. And then right after this, we're going to open bracket here, and we're going to say within quotes effect close quote colon space open quote again allow, and then action, and I'll add this to the documentation section of this lesson. S3 colon list all my buckets quotes, and then resource colon. Now none of this is Rails code, obviously, so don't worry about what I'm writing out over here. You can just copy paste, and you don't really need to know what's going on in detail. I played around with it to figure out a combination that worked for me. ARN AWS colon S3 colon star close quote, then close brace, close bracket, close. Okay. Apply policy. All right. Okay, so now it's time to set these config variables in our app, okay, for our Heroku environment. Now all the setup associated with Amazon Web Services is complete. So let's go back to our app.